At Emmanuel, let's talk a little bit about card pointers. With all of these things happening in the points and miles world, how can you help us keep it all straight?
Yeah, sure thing. It's a good segue. So it's funny, Kira, so that nobody can keep up with all the changes, but that's literally my job. So, but that's because that's my full-time job. So that's what I do. I love doing that. You'll actually see already, card pointers already updated with all of the new changes for the Sapphire Preferred. That just went live today. That's already live in the app. So for those of you who do have the card, you'll see now, if you look up Airbnb, you'll see you're getting 3x there. Same for gas, EV charging, etc. So all that stuff is already up to date. And pretty much every day, even on weekends, I don't get much time off in that regard. Like you both said, the points world is always changing. So I always stay on top of that to make sure all of my users are covered there. But yeah, so a bit more of an introduction. My parents, they're both French immigrants. We used to travel to France every year. So I am not a newbie to flying and traveling, but do it in a much better way now, thanks to all of the tricks and the extra points that we get through card pointers and through Jay Good's methodology. Back then, we were always flying economy. 2 times we got upgraded to business class, but it's just by pure luck. But it wasn't the glamorous time to travel back then. Even like the business class flights that we did manage to somehow get pales in comparison to what the airlines offer now. So and economy was even worse. It was back when they were still smoking on planes, and that was just awful. I studied computer science at Northwestern Chicago, and then I pursued a racing career for 5 years. Software engineering was my backup plan, and as luck would have it, for everybody who uses and loves card pointers, the racing did not work out. So I went back to the whole computer science thing and programming and all that. At the time, I did everything wrong. I had a Chase card and Discover card. I think they both had 5x categories back then, but I could never find good flight redemptions, so I literally cashed all of those points. And looking back, I mean, I lost out on probably tens of thousands of dollars in value plus. And I was flying so much, so if I would have known how to use those points at that time, it would have been hugely beneficial. When I moved back to the States after racing in Europe, I worked at a few different startups, launched a few different app ideas, but nothing really stuck until Card Pointers did in 2019, which means that it's now just a little bit over 7 years old. Like I said, so I practice what I preach. I love using my points for really special redemptions. This was a Paris to Dubai flight in Emirates first class, just about 10 years ago already. So I booked it 2 days prior for only 62,000 points. It was a $4,000 ticket otherwise, about 6 cents per point. Had free chauffeur service, amazing lounge at Charles de Gaulle. It was fantastic. And I'd actually only booked business, but they upgraded me to first class for free. And that meant that I was aboard the plane that has the shower. And so I got to finish the year on board, taking a shower on an airplane, which is one of those bucket list things I always wanted to do. And thanks to Points and Miles, it actually happened. So great way to top off that year. So the way that I look at what I build card pointers is my goal is to outsmart the banks. The banks, they intentionally make credit card rewards complicated and the offers are cumbersome. They try to get you to sign up for the cards, but they don't really want you to actually use them. And they don't want you to maximize them. But I'm the exact opposite. I want to make sure that you can take advantage of them, use all these benefits that you have, use all this free money that they tempt you with. And there's lots of ways that Card Pointers does that for you. They expect that you're going to lose track of all these credits and category bonuses and all these things. And if you just use the card for every purchase, you're going to miss out. But if you have 2 or 3 cards, you can optimize that. It really makes a big difference at the end of the year as well. Again, they entice you with those card sign-up bonuses, but you can earn a ton of points by those cards, even the ones with annual fees, like the Palladium that Kira was just talking about as well. You can definitely make those worth their while through the credits that come with the cards, as well as the bonus categories, of course. Amex and Chase offers, those are still really valuable. So for those of you with Amex and Chase cards, some of those are fantastic. I always get over $500, close to $1,000 for most of the Amex and Chase cards that I have on a yearly basis. And so that really pays for those annual fees by far. And again, Card Pointers makes those really easy, whereas they would want you, it could be cumbersome if you're doing it manually, but Card Pointers automates a lot of that for you. And just a quick table to show how quickly these category rewards add up. If you were to spend on just a debit card or a card that had no points, that are nothing, just for really, really low spend, you'd get 100,000 points. So the solution that I built is Card Pointers. It's available pretty much everywhere. It's on iPhone, iPad, Apple Watch, Mac, Android, Apple Vision Pro for the few people who have that. And there's an extension for all the browsers. So that's Safari, Chrome, and Firefox as well. I was actually Apple added me as their app of the day just yesterday. They featured Card Pointers as their app of the day, which I'm super excited about. Thank you. And then also recently got added to their editor's choice list. I was in Cupertino last week, meeting with a lot of the folks at Apple. And it's crazy how many people at Apple use Card Pointers, which is really great to see. And so I got to talk a lot about that, the new technologies that are coming out with iOS was 27. So I got a lot of big stuff coming out later this summer as well. And every single year I do a huge update to the app. So I'm always the credit card updates like we talked about. So I'm going to try to jump into a live demo, kind of go through the whole process of how Card Pointers works, starting an account from fresh for those of you who are brand new to it.
That's great. And while you're pulling that up, if you've never gotten started with Card Pointers and you want to follow along, get over there, jgoot.com/card pointers right now. You can get the app and follow along with exactly what he's doing. All right. Ooh, I like it. We see your phone.
Yeah, it's actually a simulator, so it's the easiest way to kind of demo things because I can use a mouse cursor, and so it's a little bit easier. So for users just getting started, this would be the first screen when you download the app. You just create an account. If you're using Google, it'll be a sign in with Google button right there. With Apple, there's a passkey, which is kind of the safest way to do your logins. You can use those with Android as well. You can just click that continue with passkey button, and it would create one. So sign up for the account. Give it a second to sync everything over. All right, that's going to save the password. We can skip that one for now. But the very first screen is it just asks for the names of the cards that you use. And so that's very much by design. Instead of asking for like bank logins or anything like that, I built this system to work without having to put your bank logins at risk. If there are some apps and companies that collect your bank logins and they'll do sorts of things and they go through all your data, transaction data, they resell that. That is not what I do, very much by design. So instead, you just pick the cards that you have.
Susan asked about that, and it comes up often. Is Card Pointers secure? She said, I'm reluctant to add all my credit card info to an app where it could be stolen.
Yeah, 100%. So yeah, that's exactly why I built Card Pointers the way that I did, was to be security and privacy first. It's also a large part probably of why so many Apple employees use and love Card Pointers, because they are very security and privacy conscious. And so by design, I don't collect bank logins. I don't have credit card numbers, all that stuff. Most of what Card Pointers does, it can do just by knowing which card you have, like which type of card you have. And it's automatically, I've built this huge database of 5,000 plus cards, all the category bonuses, all of the recurring credits on those cards. That all comes just from knowing the name of the card. So without any private information, I can get you 95% of the way of maximizing your cards.
Beautiful.
You know, something
That's
I like
big.
to recommend for folks, like when they're first starting out and you see this list of cards, you log into Card Pointers the first time, especially if you're kind of new to this and you've got newer cards, you see things like Chase Freedom Flex versus Chase Freedom. You know, maybe you see American Express Gold, but you've got an American Express Gold authorized user card. It can feel a bit complex. So the very first time you log in, bring your credit cards with you, have them like the physical card sitting next to you so you can look at the card, look at what's on the screen and make sure you're syncing everything up properly. And that way it's feeding you the right information. I know that sounds a little simplified, but it really does help streamline things.
Yeah, so I'm going to just choose a few cards. You can also just use search up here. So if I like type in Sapphire, it's going to pull in different Sapphire versions. I can just tap on those cards. So you saw in literally 3 taps, I've added the 3 cards that I have in my wallet. I just click on continue. It asks to confirm all 3 cards have been added that I have. I'm going to go ahead and click yes. And it's going to sync that up. And then right away, I land on the For You screen. So these are actually dismissible. They're kind of like some help cards to help you get started. So they're worth tapping on and reading. And then right away in For You, you can see that just from those 3 credit cards, even though the annual fees add up to $420 for those 3 cards, the offer values on those cards, if you maximize those, is actually worth more than the annual fees. So right off the bat, again, Card Pointers knows all this just from the types of cards that you have. And if you maximize those annual fees are basically a wash, and you get all the extra points, and you get the things that you're going to get with those offers as well. And I'm going to show those. So that really adds up. So it's a great way to kind of get started. And then this screen has a lot more information. Offer streak is as you add your offers, these will fill up. It's really useful. You can see just nearby stores and what cards to use there. This is another way to access your favorite offers really quickly. You can scroll through it. There's expiring offers. You can keep track of those to make sure you don't miss credits, like the dining credit, the DoorDash promo, Uber Cash, which literally comes for free with a gold card, part of your annual fee. So it's a great way to maximize that. So all that's just on the For You screen. So it's a great little overview. And it's all customizable as well. You can change these things. All of these things are selectable for Card 24 status if you track that kind of stuff. But the heart of it, and what most people do then with the app, is they want to know which cards to use if they have a few cards to maximize the points that they earn. And so you do that most easily through like the pointers tab or through the shortcuts on the For You screen. So if you click on pointers, you can just scroll through like a bunch of different categories. Here it shows a quick preview for an airline purchase. These 3 cards, use your Amex Gold card because you're going to get 3x points. These other categories are 1x, not as interesting. Restaurants, that's 4x on the Amex Gold. So that's the one I personally have and I typically use for restaurant purchases. And if you click into that, this is where it starts to get really cool. So it's going to take all the cards that you put into the app, and it's going to sort them based on category award. So you can see my Amex Gold is my top card, and it tells me why. And then I can also see my Sapphire Preferred would give me 3x points, and it goes through all that. So I can see really quickly where it's there. And I can also see related offers. So one of my cards has this Resi credit, and I can see the other related offers by clicking on See All. And here I can see I've also got a dining credit, an Uber Cash credit, which I can use for Uber Eats, a Dunkin' credit. So this is a great way to surface things if you're trying to decide where you want to eat, what kind of restaurant you want to go to. You can just pull up that restaurant pointer, and it's going to tell you, oh, well, you have these offers, at these different stores. So you literally have free money waiting for you there on your cards.